Hello, this is an update to see any changes as far as the young lady, Courtney Clenney, who killed her boyfriend, stabbed her boyfriend to death back in April 2022. Last I had read, bail was denied, and when I did a storyline, I did really two last year some kind of way, I think, or one early this year, I'm not sure. That some kind of way she was going to try to work out some deal, I guess, with the lawyer or whatever she's going to do. But I just want to see if anything changed up as far as her case to make sure she's not coming out. She's going to serve some time like she should because his life mattered. Even though he didn't like his and love himself and love his skin color and love people that look like him, his life still mattered if he knew it or not, because she didn't seem to think his life mattered whatsoever. So she was reflecting what he already was feeling. So this is for the girlfriend of Christian. I don't want to say his last name wrong, so I'm just going to call him Christian. And her name is Courtney Clenney. Okay, so God's law, God wants spiritual law served for this young lady, and God is going to get it. She have to deal with God spiritually for what she did. Teardrops flowing like a river is not going to do it. God want her to own up to it, feel it, know she was wrong. Don't cry because you in jail or you want to get out and you want to have fun. But cry because you know that you are remorseful and you know that you shouldn't have did what you did. That you took a person's life away from them. That's a big deal. That's not like throwing away a pair of shoes. You took somebody's life away and you need to feel that thing. And God wants you to feel it. So you're going to deal with God spiritually. It's about time. Okay, so let's see. This is for Courtney Clenney. So let's see what universe is going to bring out for this young lady. Okay, who killed her boyfriend back in April 2022. Stabbed him to death because of a fuss or whatever. Okay, but she was on some kind of pills. My storyline says she was like on pills, a person who was addicted. And had stuff going on with her. So, and she was abusive. So she was abusive. You usually don't think about ladies can be abusive, but it is women out here that are abusive. They try to provoke men to beat them, to fight them, to kill them. It's women like that out here. And she was one of them. She saw he was soft, easy. He didn't like hitting on women. And she just took that thing and ran with it. And she ran with it so much she murdered him. And he stuck with her so long he stuck until she murdered him. When he should have been when she first laid her first hand on him. The first lick, he should have left. The first sign of disrespect, he should have left. But no, he thought she was so good, so perfect. But he got a rude awakening because she didn't care about him at all. And that's a fact, because you do not kill what you love. And that's a fact, period. Okay, so let's just see. Five and 9. I gotta pause because my cards are in bags and it's gonna make a lot of noise. So 5, healing of the soul, and 9, abuse. Yeah, I'm back. I had to really do some looking to find number 9. Number 9 made me like hunt for number 9. Maybe it's something about number 9. Number 9 is what? September, the month of September, right? Maybe something happened last September, gonna happen this September. Maybe something was with September. Let's flow. So we had number 9 of the abuse cards, and she did abuse Christian, her boyfriend. Okay, we have right here. She dealing with something cognizable, or she did. But I'm trying to focus on the present tense. But if it go to anything back then, it's gonna come out. Help was only a minute away, right, for her. Okay, it says right here, bringing in happiness and gathering the world to simply mean getting along with everybody. So I feel like her boyfriend Christian was trying to get along with everybody, different races. She was mad because she's a score loser, because he got distant from her at some point. Okay, it says right here, why must you tear me down? Why must she tear him down and able to build herself up? I'm happy with my life no matter my color. So she said something about his race to him. But he wasn't happy with his life no matter his color. Yeah, he was happy with his life no matter his color, because he just went on, right? But he didn't seem to like his color. But he was happy with his life because he just turned himself into somebody else and act like his color wasn't his color, I guess, right? But she said something about his color. Follow me? She had to seek what was troubling her, though, because it says right here was continued abuse out of this lady, Courtney, toward her boyfriend, Christian, because she was a jack of all trades. She needed to dig deep, right? To ask herself why. But he needed to dig deep to ask himself why did he even settle for less, because she was less. Get what I'm saying? Okay? Than what he deserved. If it was done to you, would you say it? So maybe he said this to her, or she said it to him in a situation, right? You are no better than nobody else. So he felt like she wasn't no better than nobody else, or she felt that way about him. Okay? Some kind of way something was found in the car, in the house, in the windowsill, or whatever. In the glass with this card, where she said, whose blank is these? Or he said, whose blank is these? Get what I'm saying? Okay? God said to him, do you like this stuff, Christian? If you don't, you need to get out of this mess. Because God wanted him to be strong. Because he is dealing with somebody who was karma plagued. And that would be that lady, Christian. Follow me? That's the abuse. And this is deck 5 of healing the soul. She is interacting with a drug, whatever type of drug. Could have been a pain medicine. And he was in pain. Follow me? Peace within made a stable mind for him, so he could be that warrior. God says right here, she need to book an appointment, because was he really worth it? She need to book an appointment. Was he really worth it? Right? Because some kind of way he was taking her for a joke, or she was taking him for a joke, because somebody was going to pop on her or pop up on him. Right? So he popped up on her and she didn't know it, or he popped up on her somewhere, however it's flowing. She had to face it pure and straight. It wasn't raisins and lollipops what he did. Okay? He had to fix what was on his plate and throw away the scraps, because he wanted loyal out of this lady, Courtney, or she wanted it out of him. Okay? Was he just holding on for life? And he was, because he was wounded. He was holding on for dear life. And he also was holding on for life, trying to make this relationship work. You'll have to be strong in this for the best outcome. He was wounded, so he had to be strong for the best outcome, or just trying to hold on to this woman. He was hanging with the popular crowd that had intense energy along with her, Courtney. She's not innocent, God says right here. She knows the truth. She is not innocent in it all. She knew just every step that happened, everything that goes with why she was fussing with him and fighting. He was on a battlefield with her. He went there to where she was, and it was danger below, lurking. Follow me? Okay? She said something to him, put Christian here. For what, Christian? Okay, and it says right here, she need a miracle, because she going to become a felon, or she should be one now, because she moved fast on that thing and stabbed him, saying, only you, babe, flirting, making it seem like it's only him. But one of them, some kind of way, was talking to somebody else. And it was hard for her to show him love, complicated. Here's the life card. You don't care about life right here. What is life to you, Christian? What is life to you? He should have left this lady a long time ago. But this card is for her. What is life to you, Courtney Clenney? Because you didn't care about his life when you made that move you made. You know knives kill. You know that. Right here, you're just letting off everything in you. Because it says right here, someone is a money machine. Either you was or he was. Right? In some kind of way, take off every layer. So if you was a model or some kind of person like that to take off your clothes for money, let's go with you, right? Because if he was your guy, you wasn't getting money out of him to take off your clothes. So let's flow. Take off every layer and reveal a naked soul. This goes two ways, romantically or the God way. Romantically, it means a man or whoever it is going to take their clothes off for money. The other way means that God is saying that the person need to express everything in the person, eye-to-eye contact, and be bold to come against somebody who's mistreating you. Follow me? And whoever it is a money machine. Follow me? Okay, so let's just flow. Okay, either you a gay girl. He is trying to get closer to a gay girl. You a gay girl, or he is trying to get closer to another girl that was a gay girl, or you is trying to get closer to a girl that was a gay girl. However it's going. You was a score loser. Because some kind of way he might was leaving you, distant from you, or whatever. You was the score loser, not him. But God wanted him to get out of this mess because you was a mess. That relationship was what you call a mess. There wasn't nothing to build him up. And people got to realize and stop holding on to people for whatever they call this, or holding on to people for. Person ain't no better than what you are. This lady, he was better than this lady in all ways, but he ain't seem to think so. He didn't seem to think so. He was better than that lady. He was nicer. He didn't fight all over people. He didn't fuss all over people. So he had that going for him over her. He might have thought that she had this and had that, but he could have that too. That's what he had to do, is work hard for it and know it inside of him that he can make it. I don't feel he needed her and put up with her crap. That lady was a piece of work. I don't say that phrase. That's a phrase that my cousin say, but it just came out, a piece of work. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's just flow. But it had to be something in him that made him not love himself, to feel like he had to tolerate and put up with this lady, that he had a lack in him of confidence in himself to go and just prosper on his own. But no, he stayed with this person. Here she is. Look at the last card. This the last card. She was hot. You can't see it because it's light green. I wouldn't lie to you. They light green. It says fever, right? But it means she was hot. Get what I'm saying? And this side says ducking won't help you. This the last card. Look at this. She stayed on him like a gas guzzler, like you riding a car fast and somebody on your heels. You know what I'm talking about? Because she is good and hot, and ducking wouldn't help him. That's her last card. That's a wrap. Because he popped up on her. I feel he came to her house, wherever she living. Okay, let's know the first card is. You're not any better than nobody else. He might have told her, or she might have told him. If it was done to you, would you like it? Either he said it or she said it about some situation he's talking about. Okay, he had to make sure this lady was an adult and don't just look like one. Follow me? Don't let it fool him. Because this lady was starving for power. Courtney, her name is, right? Okay, it says, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You want to keep picking yourself off of the floor, Christian, because evidence shows that's what was going to be happening to him if he kept dealing with this lady. He had to be bold and brave in this thing because he loved this lady. I'll love you forever. She didn't love him, but he loved her. Here's his card. So if you're looking at the storyline, miss, he loved you, but he picked the wrong one because you did not love him, and you showed it in your actions. He wanted to get closer to a gay girl, so evidently you was the one. If not you, some other girl he was talking to. Follow me? Well, you wanted him to get closer to one. Take it however it goes. Okay, it says right here you was in a, wherever you was living at, a political area or a racist area, wherever you live, right? Wherever you was living. Okay, maybe he eat a certain kind of way, or you do. Or you talk to him about eating a certain kind of way, or somebody talked to him about eating a certain kind of way. It don't have to be vegan. Okay, you was wondering if it was your fault, or he was wondering if something was his fault because you was tangled up in something, you or him. I'm happy with my color. I'm happy with my life no matter my color. You said something racial to him, whatever it was. Follow me? Okay? You need to seek what's been troubling you, and he also need to seek what was troubling him because he's saying on his card he happy with his life no matter his color toward you. But because you said something racial, but he had a problem with his color somewhat because he didn't seem to like ladies that look like me, that look like his mother. Follow me? So that's a problem. Okay, he was distant from you, and you was a score loser. Okay, he is keeping his options open. Put his name there. Follow me? Okay, it says right here, freedom was calling for him, but would he answer freedom? Because freedom was calling for him to get out of this relationship. Because he had to seek what he was looking for. And it wasn't you. He thought it was you, but it wasn't. You're dealing with something cognizable, or during that time you was, but help was a minute away for him and you. It says right here, bringing in the happiness, gathering the world, just simply mean he got along with any race of people. He was trying hard. But he need to get out of this mess. Because God says, did he like this stuff? If he didn't, he need to get out of this stuff, out of this mess, this relationship with you, Courtney. Okay, it says that some kind of way something was found somewhere. In the windowsill, behind glass doors, in the car, where the window's at, or whatever. Whose blank is this? Get what I'm saying? It could be like, who number is this in the cell phone? Because the cell phone have glass on top. Get what I'm saying? Something in the car, whatever it was, that might have sparked up a fuss. Why settle for less, God said. He needed to dig deep and ask himself, why are you settling for less? This lady was less. Because this lady liked to be abusive. So that lady was less. Okay, here we have like a gnat. Where you came from? I guess she was like a gnat. You heard what I just said. I just saw like a little gnat. Just one. Because that's what that is, a gnat. This is a mosquito. I don't think it's mosquito season, right? I feel it was a gnat. But anyway, she's like a gnat probably. Steady coming on. Follow me. Okay, it says she is tearing him down to build herself up. Because she had in her mind she's better than him. Period. Because of her color. And her status or whatever it is. Follow me? He went there to where she was at, where she lived at. But it was danger. He didn't know it though. And it says right here that he was on the battlefield with this lady trying to get along. Right? Courtney. She knows the truth. She's not innocent in it all. She knows just what she did. Okay? She is following him from a distance. So this going to go inside the house. He was wherever he was, and everywhere he went, she followed. Get what this storyline's saying. In the house. Okay? It's not, he need to face it pure and straight. It's not raisins and lollipops. He need to get out of that relationship. Okay? It says right here that you are getting your freedom from a fortress. At that time, when he was in the house with this lady, in the relationship. We're going to call her fortress, not her house, the relationship. Get what I'm saying? The relationship was a fortress. Right? The relationship was a fortress. It's like it had a life of its own. He was getting his freedom from a fortress. Get what God's saying? And his freedom was for him to die. Get what I'm saying? That's the way he got out of it. He wanted his freedom. After a while, he wanted his freedom because some kind of way he was pulling away from this lady. And he was getting it. And he got it because she murdered him. And that's how he got out. He needed to start falling back in love with himself. And he needed to work hard on making it happen. Because time counted to him. And something was canceled 2 times. So I don't know if they broke up 2 times. She did something 2 times or whatever. I don't know. Or she was fighting them 2 times. Whatever it was. Something was 2 times. He had to have the power of his mind and see that this lady was no good for him. No matter how much he want to make her good and make her special and make her this and that, she wasn't. It's just like you take somebody from out there in the gutter or whatever and you put all kind of clothes on them or whatever, dress them up and everything, but still they look like they are what they look like. Get what I'm saying? This lady was no better than him, and he seemed to thought she was for some reason. And evidently she was abusive with her mouth, along with physical. And he tolerated that. And a man shouldn't tolerate that, just like a woman shouldn't tolerate it. The first time she opened her mouth and said something the wrong way, he should have went the other way. Period. Demand respect. Because a lady gonna treat you like a chump if you sit there and let them just talk to you like you nobody. I'm a woman, so I'm just saying, because I don't like a wimp of a man myself personally. I don't want no wimp. Period. I don't want you let me just talk to you like you down there. I don't want that. Okay, it was continued abuse from this lady, Courtney. She is a jack of all trades. Okay, he needed to fix what he could fix and throw away the scraps, right? Because he wanted loyalty out of her. And she wanted loyalty out of him. Either she was the lady that he is trying to get closer to and she was gay, right? And keep things going between those two. Or he was talking to somebody who was a gay woman, or she was talking to somebody who was a gay woman. Take it however it flows. Okay, it says right here, you'll have to be strong for the best outcome. He had to be strong for the best outcome because are you just holding on for dear life, trying to hold on to this relationship, trying to make it work? He was. But also he was dying. And he is trying to hold on. And here it is. It's a miracle for her to become a felon, because we need her to become the felon that she is. She murdered him. And you can't dress it up, slice it, put pineapples on and nothing else to make it no different. She went after him just like a robber go rob a bank. She went after him and she did it. Just like when somebody rob a bank and they hear somebody that's the getaway driver, you try to charge the getaway driver 20 years to when they didn't even do nothing but sit in the car. She went after him and did what she did. She need every bit of time that she's supposed to get. Don't dress it up with manslaughter, this, that, or nothing else. She went after him deliberately and she stabbed him. She know what a knife can do. She know what it can do. Her intentions were pure. So don't try to make her intentions not pure, because they was. This woman was interacting with drugs. Put him through all kind of pain. Okay, it says right here that it don't have to be this drug, right? It's just a pain medication, but I'm just saying. She was karma plagued. He need to be strong. Okay? It was complicated for her to show him love. And she didn't show him love. She went after him and stabbed him like somebody she hate. The person's guts. Crying later on was only for her own self. What about my job? What about my life? It's sad though. That shows she didn't love him whatsoever. Stop holding on to people that don't mean you no good and that don't love you. It shows you don't love yourself. He was a wonderful conqueror, but he was dealing with a Judas. This lady was a Judas. Somebody you think okay with you, but then they turn around and like stab you in the back. And what she did, she stabbed him, didn't she? She need to book an appointment, because was he really worth it? Was he really worth it? You sit there and stabbed him over whatever you stabbed him for. Was he really worth it? You doing something like that? Whatever fuss you had or whatever this is. because he is worth $1 million plus more. I know that God's saying he worth everything. But God just using this card saying, you need to book an appointment, miss. Because you got a serious problem, a drug problem, and an anger problem. And you need to get it straightened out. Peace within makes a stable mind. You needed to have peace within. But God wanted him to have peace within, to have a stable mind and be that warrior. Okay? Because life journey was calling for him to fight it. Being salary driven. Because some kind of way he might have been holding on to you. Because of money and trying to make it up, maybe, anything like that. Because the last storyline I did, one of them said he needed to depend on himself to elevate himself, not depend on you. He must have felt he needed you for something. He needed your face to be out front or whatever he must have thought. You asked him something for what, blank? Because it was intense energy with a popular crowd. Maybe you asked him about something. Here's the intense energy with a popular crowd. Maybe about some party. You might have been at a bar party before then or whatever. Because a popular crowd got to be more than one person. Or you hang with a popular crowd. However it's flowing. Okay, it says right here, what is life to you, Courtney? What is it to you? Because you took his life away like you just stomp a bug. What is life to you? Okay, here it is. Flirting. Only you, babe. Because I think you wanted some romance. And he wasn't trying to give up no romance right then. And you was trying to make it happen. Nobody wants to give you no romance when they're in the middle of fussing. Who wants to give you romance? Okay? Because when you may take off your clothes for money. Or he just had money. Or you just had money. Somebody is a money machine. You, him, or you take off your clothes for money. Take it however it flows. Take off every layer and reveal the naked soul when somebody take off their clothes for money. Get what I'm saying? Or we turn it the other way. God wanted him to let everything out of him, the man Christian, to stand up to you and be the man that God made him to be and set you straight, straighten you out, and then walk out that door like he should have. Even if you was the money machine, just straighten you out and keep on walking. That's what he should have did. Because maybe he popped up on you and you didn't know he was coming, maybe. And you took him for a joke that he was coming, maybe. And the next card is, you stayed on it like a gas guzzler. Fussing, going behind him, following him everywhere he went in there, fussing about whatever. You stayed on it. And ducking wouldn't help him. Get what the card's saying, because you was good and hot. And that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. That's a wrap. So, a miracle. It's going to take a miracle for you to be a felon, or you're going to need a miracle not to become a felon. The thing is, I want you to become a felon. His family and anybody else that care anything about him want you to become that felon that you deserve to be, because you don't get to just stay with somebody and then just go home. You got some special treatment, I see, because you got to just go on about your business, and I think you went on a vacation. You went on a vacation. Whatever person, I guess, except for George Zimmerman, I guess, he got to go walking home, didn't he? He went home. But other than him, you went on to a vacation after you killed someone. They set you free, or if they even took you in, you went on a vacation and everything. Had fun. Whatever any other person walking around can kill somebody, and the police just let them go on about their business and go on a vacation like life as usual. You got special treatment, miss. And you know you did. And your skin helped in that. And you already know that. Because if somebody look like me, ain't no way. Somebody look like me gonna be going on no vacation. They'd be behind bars where you should have been. So you already got special treatment already. And I didn't like that myself. I don't know neither one of you, but I didn't like it. You where you belong, and you need to stay there and serve all the time you're supposed to get, because you was intentional with your thing. You meant to stab him. You meant to stab him. You know stabbing that person or anybody can kill a person. It all depends on where you stab a person at. If you know it or not, you can stab somebody in the leg. Because I know of that happening before. You can stab somebody in the leg. And a person can, what you call, bleed out and die. You hit them the wrong place in their thigh or whatever. Now, the person probably didn't think the person can die off of stabbing the person in the leg. But that's what happened. Get what I'm saying? Because you hitting what you hitting inside the body. So don't sit and say, miss, that you know nothing. You didn't mean to this and you didn't mean to that. When you picked up that knife, you meant you had malice. You had anger. Bottom line, you get every drop of time you deserve. And I'm hoping that they don't try to ease your pain with it, because you didn't ease this pain whatsoever, right? So God is going to deal with you spiritually, because I don't know what the law going to do on their side, but God going to deal with you spiritually. God wants you to be remorseful, and God wants you to feel this on an everyday basis, day and night, till you really deep down feel. Leave your selfishness out and worry about your own self, and think about what you did and how you treated this man, and that you took away his life because of your sorry ways of living. You a drug addict. That's your problem. You got somebody who was nice to you and you just treated them like trash. I don't know why people always decide to go with people who treat them like trash. I don't understand it. People get people who decent and they want to treat them like trash. And they want to hold on to people who treat them like garbage. This lady was not worth his time. He seemed to think she was this and she was that. But this lady was no better than him. But he seemed to think she was. So since he didn't think he was worthy and he was precious, she just sit there and she decided, well, you not either. Because she already thought that already. Because he allowed her to just mistreat him. Because maybe with him, that man right there, but that's the only one she probably, well, no, let me not say that. That's not the only one. If whichever one she could get, if they was up around anything like this man, she could get away with all she got away with. But if she met any other kind of black man that's nothing like this black man, none of that stuff would have ceased. She wouldn't have got away with none of that stuff there. So it had to be a certain kind of black man she could get away with that kind of stuff with, or a certain kind of man in general, no matter what his race, because a man ain't tolerating that bull. They not tolerating you talking down to him, putting your hands on him. No, that's disrespect. She deserves every bit of time she get. I don't feel sorry for her, no kind of way. So stay in there where you belong, because he don't get a chance to dress up like you, go having fun, go on vacation and all this nonsense. He would have been in jail. If it was the other way around, he would have been in jail. No vacation. Now I'm leaving any and everybody with that. If it was the other way around, he would be in jail. He wouldn't have went on no vacation. And if you're honest with yourself, you know I'm right. Period. Okay, this is the Brass Love 1 Healer Tarot.